Hey, good afternoon. So today we're going to do a little bit of a twist. We're starting out with a circle drawn on our paper, and basically I'm using the bottom of one of my paintbrush holders. Now the next step is, once I've drawn my circle, I'm going to pick a color, any color, and I'm just going to take my crayon and I'm going to put it down. It can be anywhere inside or outside of the circle, and I'm just going to start drawing some squiggly lines. Now what this is, we're kind of making a pivot on a lesson that I had already started. So now I've got my squiggly line drawn, and I'm going to trace over the line to make it a little darker. You don't actually have to worry about what's outside the black circle, because that's going to eventually be cut away. Now, as you're tracing, you want to make sure you get nice dark lines, because that's going to help to make it pop out. And we want to get that really nice contrast going. And if you find that after you've drawn them, you're like, whoa, I have a big, huge empty spot here, you can always add another little line in there so that you get a smaller area for your patterns. Now the reason we're pivoting and switching it up is because we were requested to make some dots for International Dot Day so that they can display them at our school district office. So now I could continue, but I already have all of my lines inside darkened up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just start picking colors randomly, and I'm going to add patterns into each section. Now you don't want to have the same color or the same pattern right next to another one. So I'm going to start with one red section, and maybe I'll do another one down here. But you want to mix it up a little bit. And remember, we're doing patterns, so it can be any kind of a repeated design, because that's basically all a pattern is repeating something over and over again. Okay, so I've got some circles drawn. Now I'm going to take some orange, and maybe I'll put some zigzag lines over here. Okay, now you could do even a pattern where you have big zigzag lines and then little ones. Now see how I've got that in line? I'm just going to go like that, and then this will look like I've got the big ones again. And so I've already finished that pattern, and I want to make sure I add some more orange somewhere else. I'm going to try to do 2 of each color just to see how it goes. And you also want to make sure that you're making your pattern all the way out to the edges, because you really want to fill each one of your little sections, and you want to make it look almost like it's overlapping so that it's stopping and starting. Okay, and now I'm going to move on to yellow. Let's see, how about I do a pattern line, and this is called a contour line. So I'm following the shape. It looks like a V, but I'm following the shape there. And maybe I'll just do the same thing down here at the bottom, but this time I'm following this particular contour. Now I did this morning with my first graders, because they were the first class I had after we got the request. And so it looks kind of, and actually, you know what? It's starting to look almost like a face here, like eyes and a nose. Isn't that cool? And we've had some really interesting pictures coming out when we were just doing basic squiggles with lines. And some of the things actually started looking like sea turtles and geckos and birds. So the kids were having a lot of fun with it. And I think I'll do some loop-de-loops here. So you can use any kind of pattern you want. You just want to have fun with it and make it interesting. Now, I have blue as my line drawings, but you can still add lines and patterns using your blue, okay? It doesn't matter. It's whatever makes you happy. And let's see, how about I do over here? And this one I'm just going to do some slightly curved lines. Okay. And purple. And remember, purple can also be used as violet. You can call it violet. And the kids love it because I actually have a couple of students whose names are Violet, and they love it, especially if they actually end up sitting at my purple table, which we call Violet. They think the table is named after them. So it's kind of fun. And let's see, we'll just do another contour design here. Okay, now I also have brown and black, so you could use those if you want, but I'm just going to stick to our warm and cool colors. And remember, warm and cool are red, orange, yellow, and green, blue, and violet. So what can I think? I'll add some red here, and I'll do some spirals here. Okay, and maybe I will add another orange in. I'll put the orange in here. Okay, and one more yellow. Let's see. How about we do some wavy lines? Now, because the yellow is such a light color, you may have to go over it again just to make it show up a little bit more, and that's perfectly fine. That's up to you. And let's see, so I've got red, orange, and yellow, so now we'll add another green. And I'm just going to do little tiny dots here. And you know, when the kids ask me, what's your favorite color? I tell them green is my first favorite, but I tell them also that I love all the colors, because I do. All the colors are amazing. And we'll do, let's see, we'll do another blue over here. Oh, there's another little tiny spot. And that's the other thing. Sometimes they find more little spots as they go on. So always take a look and like sit back a little bit and look at your picture and see where you might need something more. And I'm going to do something here where it kind of goes like this and different lines, so it's almost like a basket weave kind of design. And let's see, I think maybe we'll put a little bit of yellow over here too. So now what we have, oh, and one more, see, there we go. You got to always looking for that last little spot that you might have missed. So I'm going to look, okay, great, I have everything. So now I'm going to take my scissors, and what I've been doing is labeling on the back of their dots. I'm labeling with the student's name, our school name, and their teacher, because we want to make sure after dot day is over and they take the dots down, we want to get our beautiful dots back. And here we go. We now have our dot day picture. And these are some of the ones from the kids this morning. They were so excited to be able to create their own dot for International Dot Day. So have fun with it, and let's get creative.